Hey Ray, it is March 8th. It's like 4:45. So, I wanted to talk about free market today because I need to scoot over. Maybe if I go over here, the sun's really in my face right there. There, I think that's okay. And if it's not, I'll change the white balance later. Or I'll change it now. Hold on a second. So, I wanted to talk about the free market today because there's this website. There we go. There's this website I go on called Subeda, and I like it a lot. I really do. Like, it is one of when I get home from school, I go on Subeda and I check to see if anyone's made any purchases in my fake shop on a fake website so I can get fake money and buy fake objects for my fake avatar. Um, but on Subeda we have a free market, and this um, basically we can buy items for the shop or do quests, and if we get items we can put them in our shop, and we can price them anywhere from 0 SP, which is the money unit, to 50 million SP. um and the problem with that, it's really great. Um whilst doing quests you can get quest items really cheap like that. But the problem is as a shop owner, it's really difficult to figure out what's trending, like what items are best to keep in your shop, what items prices are going up, what item prices are going down, because unlike Gaia, there's no charts to show where the item's going and where it's been. Um, and the past few days, maybe even the past week, the site's been going on and off. It's like it'll be up for like a few minutes, then it'll go down. And so we finally got to stay where it's at a stable place. The site's back up and it's running almost perfectly. Still having some problems with opening the wardrobe and everything, but I'm sure they'll have that figured out in a few. Give them a few days, they'll have it figured out. But coming back online, they changed the rarity to a lot of the items. They brought the rarity to many of the items down, and so the main shops, the Subeda shops, are keeping them stocked constantly. And a lot of these items are the items that used to be at least kind of rare. They used to be, if you see them, in the shops, you grab them immediately. It doesn't matter if that item costs a couple thousand. You grab it immediately because you can sell it for 30 or 20,000 SP. And now you can't. Um 3 days ago at about 1 a.m., I sold a gourmet hazelnut cream cheese. No, it was gourmet honey hazelnut cream cheese for 15,000 SP, which is a really good price for something. Like, that was awesome. It's great for me. I happen to be the lowest. My store tends to have the lowest amount if I can do that. But now, as of today and probably late yesterday, uh, they've been keeping it in store for 491 SP, which is really bad. It's now a common item instead of a normal item or even a rare item as it was. And that really sucks for me. And that's one of the problems with unregulated economies. Like, things, like, we're completely unregulated on there. If it were, like, you can only sell the item for as much as it goes in stores, and maybe more than that. Like, you can go above that price, but you can't go below that price. That would be great. Then I would have no problem being like, um, and I have no problem with the price being where it is, just in case it goes out of stock for a few minutes. But the fact of the matter is that it's not. It really kills me. It absolutely kills me because I had a hard enough time finding items that I could sell at a decent price and still get return, because I had on Subeda I have to fight with all these people who actually have money, like real USD money to spend, so they can get a discount card that gives them 40 no, it's like 55% off an item that they buy in store, and then they get all of these other benefits that allow them to keep items, to buy items for really cheap, and then they go and they auto price. And when you auto price an item, or you auto price your store, it makes it so that every item in your store is the absolute lowest. So your name, your store for that item is at the top of the list. It's the first thing people are saying. It's the cheapest item. You're the person selling that item for the lowest amount, and people will buy that. And somehow they still make a profit. I actually think most of them don't make a profit. I think most of them lose money, or at least break even. Um, but it's a real problem for me because it makes it really hard for me to buy the stuff. And I'm like a mom and pop shop, where they're like a Walmart or a Target. So the way that relates in, and it really does relate to back to real life, because it gives me a pretty good understanding of what mom and pop shops are going through, and it um really brings light to the economic situation we're in right now. Um, Especially if were to go full capitalist, where nothing is regulated, um, to a completely free market. And I know it's a fucking computer game, and I really shouldn't care, and I really shouldn't say effing. I'll probably cut that out if I can, and then you'll see this and be like, cut what out? Um, but it is really, really difficult to just um, find a way. Like, mom and pop shops are having a really hard time fighting with Walmart, and a lot of the time they lose because they can't afford they can't afford to have such cheap prices for such a good quality item. And it really blows, and I really hope that Keith changes things back or fixes something in the system, so that I can actually earn a good living on Subeda in my little Subedan world. Um, so that's basically what I had to talk about, and I wanted to know, what are your thoughts on that? And yeah. Also, I'm trying to get to VidCon, which costs like, it only costs $100, but I don't want to go alone, so I'm also trying to buy Natalie's tickets, and I got $600 from my refund. I got 633 from my student refund that I myself got. Mom got like $2,000, and she's gonna spend it all to pay back Centennial Commons. Of course, instead of that, she spent it on paying off the Disney World trip, and she used 400 of my 600 to, oh la la, to pay for our plane tickets, and I wanted to spend the remaining 200 on VidCon, or at least a piece of VidCon, because we're still trying to figure out how to get there, and trying to stay in a motel, because VidCon's across the street from Disneyland this year. We want to stay in one of the cheaper hotels. And there's one for like $56 for a um, standard queen size bed. And me and Natalie can totally share a bed. It's perfectly fine. We do it all the time when I'm sleeping over at her house and when she's sleeping over at mine, so that's not a problem. It's trying to convince mom to let me go ahead and spend the money on that. Um, and there's not much time to pay to actually be able to get VidCon tickets, and she's being really stubborn, and I know where she's coming from, but it's pissing me off. And I didn't even have to pay for my AT&T bill because they didn't recognize that I was no longer pending, so I got like a month free of AT&T. And I just want to go to VidCon. It's what I want to do this summer besides go to Disney World. So yeah. Alright, well, it's been like 10 minutes, so I love you, and I'll talk to you later. Mwah!